I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update. And we start off this week with Syd Barrett, who's still dead and now missing. Actually, what is missing is a portrait of the late Syd Barrett, the original singer of Pink Floyd. It's something that he did himself, a self-portrait. This is a picture of it right here. He gave it to a girlfriend, a Libby Dawson, who says that she's treasured it her whole life. It's managed to be stolen, and there's a reward out for it for $3,200. One would think that Syd Barrett would be worth more.
I want to tell you a story all about the house rent blues. I come home on Friday, had to tell my lady I done lost my job.
George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers have completed their 17th album, which pays tribute to the band's biggest musical heroes from the legendary Chess Records label. The new set, called 2120 South Michigan Avenue, is named after the address of the Chicago Chess Studio and will be released on July 12th on CD, vinyl LP, and digital download. Now, some of the stuff you're going to find on this CD are High Heel Sneakers with Buddy Guy, who originally recorded it for Chess, along with Willie Dixon's Seventh Son, Spoonful from Howlin' Wolf, Let It Rock from Chuck Berry, Muddy Waters' Two Trains Runnin', and Bo Diddley's Bo Diddley. Plus, the album's closing track is the Rolling Stones' 1964 instrumental version of 2120 South Michigan Avenue. And speaking of the Rolling Stones, former Rolling Stones guitarist Mick Taylor is finally writing his memoirs about his 5-year stint with the band. Taylor, who recently reunited with Mick Jagger and Keith to do overdubs for the reissue of Exile on Main Street, is finally coming to terms as to why he left the band in 1974. And finally, we'll all be able to know. To quote him exactly, "Why I quit the band will be in my book. It certainly wasn't because I didn't like the rest of the band or had a huge falling out or anything like that. It's much more personal than that. I jot down my memories all the time, as I've done for years, in case I lose my mind. I don't want to write the kind of book that will shock people about these scandals, sex, drugs, and rock and roll because, well, Keith's already done that." You would never think you would see the day that Led Zeppelin would be quoted in Congress, but it happened during the budget battle last week. Republican Congressman Thaddeus McCord from Michigan, well, went like this.
When I woke up, I found that I had a hankering to listen to Led Zeppelin, and I couldn't figure out why. So I was walking over here, and I'm like, wow, is it because there's been a communication breakdown between the parties? It's possible. It's possible. I said, is it because one of the nice senators is wearing a cashmere sweater? It's possible. But now I was sitting here today that I realized why I wanted to listen to the melodious strains of Page and Plant, Jones, and John Bonham. It's because for the Democratic Party, the song remains the same.
Personally, I think it's great that there's a rocker in Congress, but Congressman, I have to tell you that cashmere might be great for sweaters, but Kashmir is an area of India, and that's what Led Zeppelin named the song after.
It's just a sad song because you're alone, yeah. It's just a sad song when you get.
Well, it's going to happen. There's going to be a Cars tour to support their upcoming album, Move Like This. It's Rick Ocasek and Elliot Easton on guitars, David Robinson on drums, and Greg Hawkes, who will play keyboards as well as the bass parts. He'll program those in for the late Benjamin Orr. Now, there's no date announced for our area, but this is probably going to expand as they get out there. So hopefully I'll have that date for you in the not too distant future. Last Tuesday, April 12th, was the 50th anniversary of man going into space. Now, if you were around back then, you know that that man was a Russian. Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space, but to celebrate the fact, Colonel Catherine Coleman, who was on the International Space Station and also a flutist, decided to play along with, well, another famous flutist, Ian Anderson. They pre-taped it so that it could happen right in the middle of Ian's show in Perm, Russia, and well, it went like this. And that's your Classic Rock update for this week. I'll see you weekday mornings on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK. Why don't you two take us out? Grr.